I have been having very interesting conversations lately with my son, and we have gone through quite a bit. He's a teenager. He's 16, and it has not been an easy walk with him for the past 4 years. No, it really hasn't, and we've gone through a gamut of things. But we come, a wave of goodness gracious emotion. We have had gone through quite a bit, and the thing that I was doing was just trying to love him, really just trying to fight for him. He tells his friends about what we do, and I hear his friends say that they really wish that their mom would do the same. I have a roommate that I look at and I see, and there's things that just anger me so much in the way that she is a mom. And it's really, I think you'll be surprised on what angers me. And I think you'll be surprised at what his friends are saying. And they're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, right around there, like high school, just high school. And they do. Kids really wish to have a mom that cares. Okay? I know that parents say they care. I know they do. And I know that they intend to show it. But it's really the thing that I do different is I listen to my son. I try to let him tell me what he needs and what it is that it's like I recognize my children are separate from me. Okay? They came into this world. They might share my DNA, part of it. It's in their bodies, in their blood. There's a connection that we're always going to forever have, and it's that connection and the instinct that forever I'm going to have a sixth sense about my kids. I'm always going to. And when they can't speak for themselves or they can't quite tell me, I can always use my sixth sense to understand further or investigate or get an answer. But then again, it doesn't mean that I know what they need. I know, yeah. Yeah. As I said that, I was like, oh boy, that's where they're going to start talking. Oh, I do know what they need. They need discipline. They need structure. They need to have a parent. They need to be told what to believe and how to do it and mentor. Yeah, okay. Yes. I would definitely say they need a parent. I would agree with that 100%. Absolutely. But I notice things a lot. How I deal with anxiety is not the way my son deals with anxiety. He is his own person when it comes to that. So I need to ask him, what do you need? Because how I handle it is not working for you. And then he tells me what he needs, and then I'll give it to him. And when I give it to him, he's in a better mood, and we continue on having a good relationship. When it comes to oh, when he always asks for advice. He doesn't like my advice because he just rather do it a different way. I think I could relate to that. When I was a high school, I didn't want to hear what my parents had to say. I was like, oh God, you guys are so so I've taken a stance that you know what I'm gonna provide structure. I'm gonna provide space, but I'm gonna do it in a way that works for you. It's like I took the time to ask questions that would be the keys to the processes of my child, which is very, very different from the processes of me. And then I have honored and respect him. I listened to what he said and I acted on it. I didn't question, I didn't make him feel bad. I didn't impose. I didn't argue. I simply said, okay. And then I did it. So if he's having a hard time, he's like, I just need some space. I gave him space. I did. I think this made a big difference in my bond with him and the big difference in my relationship with him. Obviously, if your child's going to go make a mistake, this is where you're the parent, okay? I can already hear some arguments going, whoa. If your child, I mean, if it comes to things you know are dangerous and harmful, then yeah, it's your job, no matter what they do, to protect them. Just be a parent, protect them, because show them you care. Not this showing them care. Even like later on, my son does come back, like it's a year or two, because I remember, Mom, when you did that, I understand now. Oh, good. Another thing that helped a lot, okay, that he tells his friends in high school that they wish their parents would do, is I took him to therapy with me. Therapy with me was not me to unload my problems onto him. It was a chance for us to communicate and learn if we're in a cycle, to break that cycle, and understand each other better. I took my son against his will. I forced him to do this. It was a very much been asking him to do therapy with me, and I knew if I forced him in like a real force, he would not have shared and wouldn't have opened up and it wouldn't have worked. But it was like one of those grounds with my situation. He came back to live with me after a difficult time, and I said, yes, I'm picking you up. Yes, you're coming home, and you're not going to leave my home. I'm going to finish your raising. You get me? You're going to stay in my home until you're an adult. We're not going to play it anymore, this game of you trying to like make mistakes that he's so needed to do. I was like, and part of the terms is that we're going to go to therapy. And he said, okay. So he was kind of willing to do it. And when we got in there, we just finished. It took us 13 sessions and over 5 months to learn to communicate, to share ourselves, our story, to look at each other and understand each other better. And then she identified a cycle, and I was able to break it. I get happy. It's happy tears. It's happy emotions because I do let him know. I fought for him a lot. And I fought for his time. I fought for his attention. I fought for his mental health to be okay. I fought for his heart to heal. I fought for, it was where, I wanted him to be a solid young man. And I know we all do. And that's why I feel like sharing. I just felt like sharing. Because the teenagers that are talking to my son are really wishing that their parents did the same thing. They're wishing that their parents would go to therapy with them. That surprises me. I didn't expect the kids to say that. I did not. I think that's because they're really begging for us to listen. They really just want us to listen. They're trying to figure out how they operate. They're trying to figure out what they want to do and what feels good for them, and how they're going to do some things like, for optimum mental health. Maybe they like to color, maybe to exercise, maybe they just enjoy a chat. And it's different from you because you're quiet and you feel like, why do you talk about everything so much when you just keep it at they're just different. That's all. Not that it's good or bad, it's just different. And when you spend time with therapy, if you go that route, if you spend time listening and asking questions, you're bonding and you become aware, and then you end up being a pretty awesome parent in the end. We do not fight. We don't have arguments. Not anymore. We used to. We used to. And it wasn't that we came to a conclusion that I was right and he was wrong, or I was wrong and he was right. It came to the conclusion of, I can finally hear you. I finally hear you speaking. And now I understand. And now he understands. He understands Mom. He understands why I do what I do. Why I did what I did. And then I hear things like this now. I hear that he doesn't want to have children until he's 30, which is a big deal. My family has children in their teens. I had my son at 20, and I remember the comments. I remember the congratulations. I remember everyone was very happy that I was not a teenager technically, because I was 20. And now my son wants to have children in his 30s, which is far more normal. And that means he can go and live. He also said, because of me, that he has a higher standard for women. He wants to be with somebody that will fight for him and show them him. They love him. And because of that, he doesn't mess with a lot of people. If anybody starts to challenge him in the right way, I mean, he's quick to deny them, like quick to shut them down, quick to be like, we're not going to be friends. I can't handle you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't like where you're going. I guess bullshit. Like, he's really quick at shutting down bullshit. And a lot of the girl bullshit, it's not there, because I have made a diligent effort to make sure that I'm there. I put the phone down. I talk to him. I go out with just him. I make sure to get him the food that he likes, hear his stories. When he was reading a book for school, I would read the book, so I could know what he's reading. If he's playing games online, I want to know what games I've tried to play it. And that's a double-edged thing. 2 birds, 1 stone. Because then if you come across really shady stuff that's like oddly, weirdly pedophile-like weird shit that they like try to hide it in like the apps and the video games and their books at school, you will know about it. Like, ultimately, not only are you bonding with your kids, but you're playing detective at the same time. And then you shut that shit down. Every single time you shut that down. So, I just recommend it. And it's very possible, maybe your kids want to do therapy with you too. Shocker. Yeah. Keep killing it. You're doing a good job. That's why you came here. You're doing a good job. All right? Till next time.